Let's move along. It's been a while since we talked to Anthony Pettis. He is standing by. Let's go to the phone lines now and say hello to Showtime. Anthony, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Ariel? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. It's great to talk to you. So we will see you back in around 3 weeks or so, April 7th, Brooklyn. Michael Chiesa, this is a big opportunity. This is a big fight. Did you like this fight when it was proposed to you?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, honestly, anybody in the lightweight division, you know me, I'm not afraid to fight anybody in that division. I want to fight up. I don't want to fight backwards. So that's why I was good to find somebody like, Chiesa.
I was told that it was something that you kind of wanted. You wanted to fight in New York. Why is that?
Man, it's been a dream of mine since I was a kid, bro. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, so, watching
Right.
Miguel Cotto or Trinidad, all these guys, fight in New York, especially Brooklyn, it's just, for me, it's a great opportunity.
The last time we saw you, of course, was the Poirier fight, and it ended via TKO. You hurt your ribs. How painful was that? Like, have you ever? I've never hurt my ribs before, but I'm told that it's excruciating. Have you ever felt anything like that before?
Yeah, man, I've had some injuries in my fight career, but it was kind of just a dumb error. I didn't clear the body triangle. I tried to twist out, and I tore the cartilage in my rib. So,
Oh,
it was like a shock. I felt the pop, and then I just didn't know how bad it was until obviously after the fight and we got X-rays.
was that an injury that you had going into the fight, or did it all happen in the fight itself?
No, it happened in the fight. Yeah, there's no injuries before that to the ribs. It's just like I said, I didn't clear the body triangle, and I tried to get out and twist the ribs the wrong way.
And how long does it take for something like that to heal?
It took about a month and a half to 2 months. The ribs, everything you do, breathing, laughing, stretching, it's all part of the rib. So, it took a little bit of time to heal.
So you couldn't do anything?
No, I couldn't because I had to get my nose fixed too. So I had about a month off of, cardio and basics, but no contact.
What happened to your nose?
I broke my nose in the fight. First elbow I
Oh,
didn't do it. That's where the blood came from. I had a cut going into that fight. 3 weeks before the fight, I got cut in sparring, and it closed up well enough for me to take the fight. So we fought, and obviously the first exchange, that cut opened up over my eye. Wasn't too much blood though. The blood came from the nose.
so you think you broke it that early in the fight, and then he's continuing to hit you in the face? What is that like?
You don't feel it. I mean, obviously you see the blood, but it just made things harder. I had him locked up in some triangles, and the blood just made it harder to actually put the squeeze on him. He did a good job defending one of the triangles. The ref, took him out of it. I don't know why he took him out of it and put me in guard after I had the triangle locked up. But it is what it is. You live and you learn.
You came back to the 155-pound division in July. You won against Jim Miller. It was a great fight, and the narrative seemed to be like Anthony is back. And then you have all this bad luck in this fight, these injuries and whatnot. How difficult was it to sort of swallow that victory after it seemed like you were kind of getting back on track at 155 after the 145 stint?
Yeah, I mean, 155 is my home. When you're fighting guys like Poirier, top of the division, you got to be on your A game, And I had some stuff happen in camp that took my mental off a little bit. Obviously, the cut, little personal things, and any little errors in your camp, reflects in the fight, and that's what happened. I think I've known this for a long. I've been fighting for a long time, so I've known training camps always don't go as planned, but try to make it as smooth as possible. That one wasn't a very smooth training camp, but all you can do is put your head up and keep pushing forward.
Was that one of your worst training camps?
Yeah, it probably was. Yes.
Wow, that bad.
That bad. Yeah, there was a lot of personal stuff that that was going on in that camp that it just threw my mental off.
Do you feel like you're in a better place in this? Like, is this one going a little better as you
Oh
approach?
man, way better,
Okay.
way better. I mean, this camp feels like they usually feel. I'm just having a good time training. I'm in Milwaukee full time. I went out to Vegas for a little bit just to try that PI place out, but this camp's good. We're about 3 weeks out. Hopefully, we can stay on track, and I get my performance that I know I can put on.
What did you think of the Performance Institute?
Man, it's beautiful. It's a great place. The stuff they're giving us is stuff that we should have had a long time ago. Access to nutritionists, access to therapy, PT, strength and conditioning, food. I mean, there's stuff that we should, as professional athletes, we should already had access to that stuff.
Does it bum you out though that it's in Vegas? Like you could only really take advantage of this if you fly out there, which is pretty far from Milwaukee, of course.
Oh, I split my time in Vegas and Milwaukee. So when I'm in Vegas, I'm usually at the gyms out there, and I have a place that I can train at. So it's going to be for me, it's good.
Okay, and what other gyms are you training out in Vegas?
I just do my jits out there. I've cross trained with Kevin Lee at Couture. I've cross trained with I sparred with him a bunch of times. Benavidez, the gym under the Red Rock with BF. I trained at all the places out there.
Wow. I heard, I've been wanting to talk to you about this for quite some time. Are you kind of dabbling in the managing business as well now?
Yeah, I am. We just got a great crew here in Milwaukee, man. I had a property that I was going to put up for sale, and I ended up just turning it into a fighter house. So I got guys that are coming in from all over the place and just staying here for weeks to months at a time, and just joining the team. And for us, just more bodies, the better we get. You know, we got a crazy squad up here already. Paul Felder's in town. Mekadesi's here. You know, we probably all the UFC guys that are already on our roster, and then just bringing more bodies in, it just helps everybody out.
So do you like, other than just giving them a place to stay, are you actually helping some of these young guys with their career? Like, are you guiding them? Are you've been and done it all?
I will be. As of right now, this is the first step, but I will be. That's the first step was, getting guys here, and then obviously now it's going to be making their careers advancing, take them down the path, hopefully into the UFC, bigger organizations.
Is this something that you always wanted to do?
I just feel like I had a lot of connections with it. I had a lot of, I was blessed with a great opportunity, and where I've been at, and I've been to the top of all these organizations, and I've met a lot of people along the way. So I just feel like it's something that makes sense, and it's the next step.
Any young guys that you're, or one name in particular, or two names that you're really excited about who we may not know about?
My little cousin, Elias Garcia. He just had a great performance. He's one of them guys that's just right there on the brink of breaking into that next level. So look out for Elias Garcia.
He's your actual cousin?
Actual cousin, yeah, from my mother's side.
First cousin.
First cousin from my
wow.
mother's side, yes.
What a family! Unbelievable. Some people say cousin like their bro or something like that. So
man, I got a lot of cousins like that. But no, he's actually a relative. He's lived with me since for almost 4 or 5 years now. So he's one of Serge's main training partners. He fights at the 125-pound division as well. Little guy, but he got skills.
And you recently got engaged as well, right?
Yes, I did.
Congratulations to you and your fiance. Was that a tough call on your part?
No, it wasn't, man. I think, I'm 31 years old. I feel like, we've been dating for a long time, and it was the next step. No complaints on my end of the relationship, and she supports what I do, so it works out.
When are you getting married?
I don't know yet. No plans on that. The ring bought me some time. We'll figure that out as we go.
Do you listen now, as you prepare for this? I know you don't pay too much attention to online social. You're not like a big, Twitter guy or anything like that. But when people talk about you, it's like, okay, will we see the real Anthony? Is he coming back? The old Anthony, things like that. How often do you hear that kind of stuff? And does that fuel you at all?
I hear it all the time. Honestly, I'm the biggest critic of myself, and anybody is. Everybody's opinion is what they see in these fights. I don't see my training camps. I don't see the stuff I go through to get to these fights. For me, it's just I need to have. Even the Miller fight wasn't a great performance. I did well, but it wasn't my best performance. I just feel like it's coming. It's coming. It's gonna take some time, and hopefully this is the time right here where I can come back and feel like myself.
Do you have any sort of theory as to why you haven't been able to go on a long winning streak? Is it just like the 145 decision was not the best? Do you have any kind of other, the bad training camp here or there? Like, is there a theory in your mind, and have you done anything to correct it, if so?
I would say, the theory that I had going into the last couple of fights is I'd stop chase that gold. I was trying to get to that belt immediately. The next fight, who's the next fight to get me to the belt? Who's the next fight to get me to the belt? Just fixing the holes in my game, and really just the mental, I guess, just getting my mental preparation better. Just going in there, no matter what's going on in my camp, whether I feel good or if I don't feel good, just going on there, turning it on for just 15 minutes and having a good performance.
So you no longer think about title shots and things like that. You're just taking the fights and doing what you have to.
I definitely want title shots. I definitely want to be. I'm not in this to be a gatekeeper. I'm not in this to have guys make their name off of me. I've been the best in the world. I know I can do it. It's just taking my time and getting back to the right way.
Are you worried that you're being viewed as a gatekeeper now?
I don't care what people think of me at all, man. I stopped thinking, like, once you become the champ, you get put in the spotlight, and you learn a lot really quick. So I think I learned a lot about people's opinions and what they expect from me. It's not about that; it's about what I expect from myself. If I expect to be the champion and I push myself to be champion, that's what's going to happen, and that's what happened before.
When you won the belt, it seemed like everything was like almost effortless. Like you were just on a rocket ship. Looking back, did you not really appreciate what you were accomplishing at such a young age?
I didn't know what I was accomplishing. I didn't know how hard it was to accomplish it. Obviously now I see the how deep his talent is in this division. You know, I got my work cut out for me. But I definitely appreciate it. I wouldn't say I didn't appreciate it. I just didn't
Okay.
understand what was going on at the time.
Do you still and you feel, you feel that same fire. You feel like you can be back there and you want to be back there.
I will be back there. It's just a matter of time. You know, I mean, I won't say down forever. You know, obviously, I'm still pushing. I'm still training. I'm still in the gym. I'm still getting better. And I just got to show it in my fights now. That's the big thing is to coming in with that mental mindset. Honestly, for the Poirier fight, I warmed up at like 3 p.m. Did a walkthrough before the fight. If I would have fought Poirier at 3 p.m., I would have smoked him. And then coming out at midnight when we fought out there, I was flat. You know, it was like a mental thing again. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so for this one, because it will be around the same time, right? Maybe a little bit earlier.
Well, I'm
You
not
have
the main
to.
event. Yeah, I'm not the main event.
Sure.
So I think it could be a little earlier.
Did you watch Chiesa's last fight against Kevin Lee?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
What did you think of his performance?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, obviously, you know, he got caught in a rear naked choke. They didn't really have him exchange it, so it's hard to tell what his performance was. But you know, he lost the fight and coming off a loss, I'm sure he's hungry and he's motivated and he's coming. He's coming.
But when you compare him to some of your recent opponents, like the Poiriers, the Millers, do you feel he's on that level, a bit above, a bit low? Where would you put him?
I'll put him lower than Poirier. I mean, obviously, you see the rankings and you see where Poirier is at.
Yeah.
Miller, I think he beat Miller. He fought Miller, and you know, I try not to think about the rankings because honestly, that's bullshit. The rankings don't really matter. I mean, you can get a title shot if you're number 10 in the world. If you talk your way to it, and you make enough noise. So the rankings for me doesn't really matter. It's just another guy that I have to figure out, and I gotta put it together.
By the way, Punk is coming back. We know this in June. Have you seen him at all, and do you sense a difference? Like, has he gotten better based on what you've seen?
I see him every day, man. That guy's in the gym every day. He's probably one of the hardest workers in the gym. I mean, he's just always there, always improving. And yeah, he's definitely gotten better. I mean, you put that much time in, it's just, you know, you're gonna get better. You know, he's working the gi, he's working no gi, like he's training with top level, you know, UFC guys at his weight class. So I think we should see a great performance.
Are you surprised that he came back for more? Like 2 years later, he's still doing this?
He never stopped. Yeah, he never stopped. Like he didn't take a break. He was right back at it. I think he had a couple injuries, but you know, he was right back at it.
Does that surprise you? Because most people thought, I think, after the first fight going, the way it did, that he just wouldn't come back. He's old, he's a bit beat up. Why do this? You have enough money.
It doesn't surprise me. He's a competitor, man, and he loves the grind. You know, it's not. I don't know what else he'd be doing if he wasn't doing this. He's always in the gym. So the short time the short time I've known him for his first fight. Because his fight, it's the same dude. He's just pushing hard, man. He's grinding. He's getting better. He's putting the mat time in, and there's no way around getting better besides putting the mat time in.
Last thing for you, Anthony. You mentioned your brother. You mentioned Joseph Benavidez. They're actually fighting each other next. Is that awkward for you at all?
No, man, it's a fight game, you know. Benavidez is I've known him for a long time. Obviously, coming from MMA Inc. You know, he's part of the family since I started with WC. Yeah, I think I see him all the time out in Vegas, and I know his wife very well, Megan, and I think it's just part of the fight game. So it's going to be a great fight. Obviously, I'm rooting for Serge,
Right.
but it's just part of the fight game.
Great to talk to you again, Anthony. Thanks for doing this, and great to hear that you're in great spirits. Congrats on the engagement, all the great things happening, and of course, looking forward to seeing you back in there on April 7th in Brooklyn. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Later.